now. Fucking thing sucks! We'll do it live.
Cruising with Steve. Get in, sit down, buckle up. Cruising with Steve. Get in, sit down, buckle up. Cruising with Steve.
Welcome back to Cruising with Steak. Grimsteak here. I totally screwed up the audio, so I'm going to try to patch together whatever's going on here. My mic didn't go through. Oh god, I think something's going to...
Yeah, Grimsteak's audio's not working.
Yeah, is he muted? Oh, that, yeah. Grim, you're muted.
What is amateur hour?
See, and at this point, this is when I figured out that my audio was messed up.
Then we're going to mute while we're on.
And now I think I got it fixed to them, but it's not going out to the stream, so I'm pretty sure I introduced James Cruz first, maybe? Welcome, James.
Allow me to introduce myself. I represent the Rent is Too Damn High Party. As a karate expert, I will not talk about anyone up here because our children can't afford to live anywhere.
Hey, what's up?
Rent is too damn high.
Welcome back, James. Glad you're here.
Oh, this is off the charts.
Then let's welcome Jerry Cthulhu.
Hello, boys.
Hey, Jer. And let's also welcome Sir Felix Ortega.
Check it out, check it out, check it out, check it out, check it out. How?
Pretty sure Midnight Mike has that trademark. Welcome, Felix. Let's welcome that guy.
Hey, happy Tuesday, everyone. For Geekinese, press 2.
And let's also welcome back Mr. Watcher from his long hiatus.
What's up, everyone? Good to see y'all.
No way.
There she is.
It's her figuring out Zoom again.
She was muted, then she unmuted, then she muted again.
There's at least one quantum state expressing itself here.
Uno quantum stato.
No doubt.
At this point, I tried to introduce Niish, but she was muted. I really don't know what's going on with the rest of the conversation. There's going to be some dead air. This is the extent of my head.
That's a long story. But no, man. Yeah, went down. I left last Tuesday, so yeah, obviously I wasn't able to jump on and do the show. I was in a hotel in Orlando listening to the show live on grimerica.ca/FM.
I've done the show several times from a hotel in Florida.
Yep.
So,
Yes, you have. Yes, you have. But
that's no excuse.
oh man, it was tough. Everyone was tired. It was late. Yeah. It would have been horrible. Yeah. I would have had about a 4-minute window where I could have jumped in. But anyway, yeah, man, it was cool listening to the show. It was like an out of body experience. And you guys did a great job. Yeah,
it was.
I want to say thanks to Suzanne. I know she was jumped on, man. That was kick ass, and everyone did a great job, man. Thank you so much.
She was there the whole time. She just lurks.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but yeah, man, it was cool. We went down to Orlando for a couple of days. Well, let's see. Yeah, till Friday, but so would have been Thursday. Went to Animal Kingdom. First time I ever went to that park. It was spring break, so obviously times everything by a billion. Yeah.
Oh,
just guts and titties and
I got a titty story for you.
Just kids.
Did you eat at the Rainforest Cafe?
Everywhere. What's that?
Did you eat at the Rainforest Cafe?
No, I know about that place though. Yeah.
It's expensive.
Yeah, I ate at the Rainforest Cafe at Universal Studios one time. That was pretty nuts. Yes.
We ate at the one at Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
One time we were there on one of their deals, and our breakfast was like $80.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Yeah, so we went there for the day. It was cool. We got on, all these parks now, they have those fast pass things where you just pick a time, and once you pay for your ticket, you get like a little credit card. That's how you get on all these rides now. Well, first I mentioned one time back in the show when I went a year or two ago. I don't even remember, but they fingerprint you now. So like when you walk into these parks, there's like a fucking thumbprint scanner. So like,
No good.
and you know, it's weird when my youngest son, who's 6, goes up and he scans his thumb and his print's already in there, you know, from last time. That's kind of fucked up. Yeah, I know. It's so
what if you don't want to do that?
You actually, they did say like, if do you have a problem with those? I'm like, well, we already did it, so what's the point? You know, like,
I was listening to Aeon Gnostic Bite Radio, the podcast, and they were just talking about that with Jay Dyer, and he was talking about how Disney's like they're just testing ground for dystopian society and getting
it's a different it's like, well, how do people react to that question? Like, would you do you have a problem with scanning your thumb? Like if you had a problem, you'd be chucked inside a gate somewhere, a gated area, like
it's a small world after all.
Yeah, you're stuck in that ride for the rest of your life is where you're going.
There's some jurisdictions where you can actually ask to have your data removed. Like if there's a company that you can like the opt-out thing.
There might be a policy. Disney's probably flexible, be like, yeah, delete my shit, like.
Don't they have their own laws and shit there?
It's a weird thing.
Disney? Oh yeah.
They will delete your shit.
Yeah. But and it is, Animal Kingdom is obviously a part of that. It's a separate adventure or whatever, but like
Kingdom of the Mouse, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Jake.
Hey, Jake.
Hey, how you guys?
Jake, what's up?
I've been working my way through that last 6 Swords episode, so I feel like I've been talking to Jake all day.
Yeah, it's a long one, but it's good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
And I actually didn't do a whole lot of talking there. That was all. That was all Alan there. So,
Hey, Jake, what's shaking, brother?
Not a whole lot. But yeah, what you guys were talking about, I believe Britain and maybe all of Europe has I know Britain for sure has the right to be forgotten thing. So like, if you tell them to remove your information, they have to.
Yeah, that came from the privacy law in the EU.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah. After Britain leaves the EU, all that stuff goes out the window.
So does after you scan your thumb, you're like, fuck it, I'm in. I don't know.
If Britain actually leaves the EU.
Do you want to scan my thumb? No, not my thumb.
Well, then you're not coming in here.
Butt.
I'll scan something.
Scan my butt. Can you fax my butt? Yeah. Or Xerox my butt. But no, man, yeah, we went in there. We got to ride about 4 or 5 things, and it was actually pretty cool. You couldn't get. I rode one Avatar thing, but you can't ride this one ride. It would have been. It's like a 170-minute wait.
Wow.
Yeah. And you can't get. It's impossible to get a fast pass for it. You have to like book it like 2 days before that. Yeah, and it's just like a little goofy ride, dude. And yeah, they do. Oh,
What do you mean they can? Disney's been around for 80 years.
Yeah,
Walt's been involved with a lot of things back then.
Disney was instrumental in the space program.
That's right.
Quote unquote program.
Von Braun and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Well, defense too. I mean, the Disney and the defense industry go way back. He used to have his dishonorable discharge hanging upside down on his wall behind his desk.
Didn't Disney use to write something for Goebbels? Some kind of propaganda piece?
Yeah.
I forgot what that was about, but it's still.
There was a lot of propaganda pieces during World War II as well. Like, oh no, that was actually, I'm thinking of Looney Tunes.
Disney's been around almost 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
They had that creepy version way back then too.
Steamboat Willie?
Yes. Yes, that weird, creepy freaking Mickey Mouse back then. They were very racist, wasn't it? Like
the noodle arm one, like Steamboat Willie kind of thing, or
Oh yeah, during World War War II, you should look at their
Nazi shit in it. Like,
yes,
yeah,
Yeah, and also with the Japanese thrown into it too. I wonder if that stuff's even still on.
You have to find it. Yeah. It's in the vault.
No, I mean, that's what I mean. If it's not been scrubbed off of YouTube, this stuff's
like Grim was saying, it's gonna be the new Vatican. It's just in the vault. No one can access it anymore.
No, it's worse than that. It's burnt. Things are burnt like that because there's no long-term archive, and it's basically digital book burning. All dissenting
digital
ideas,
book burning. Yeah,
or the loudest screamers gets erased.
Yeah, so we
rewriting history too, because
no doubt,
Disney had a bunch of
that never happens.
Pro-Nazi stuff until the U.S. entered World War II, and all of a sudden all that had to go.
Why?
Oh.
Why?
No, I'm kidding.
Why, man?
Well, I mean, on one level, yes. Why? Because some people didn't like their expansionism and their tactics and whatnot. I get that. But did anyone try to negotiate? I don't know much about World War II. It just seems very staged.
I know Ford was building the tanks and stuff for the Nazis.
For both sides. Yeah.
Oh, it was a great economic boom.
Yeah, well, even aside from Ford doing that stuff, I mean, there were people in the insurance industry that were doing things in Germany, and that was part of the foundation of the original Office of Strategic Services that became the CIA. They were in doing insurance deals with companies inside Germany even before the hostilities broke out, and this is how they were collecting data. They were talking about what they were getting all kinds of weird, not obscure information of things like where how much garbage is coming in on certain kinds of routes, and what kind of garbage is it and stuff like that. Just really bizarre stuff that totally makes sense from an intel collection point of view, but you wouldn't think of it coming from an insurance company.
Yeah,
about the Jeeps and we're talking about Ford building things. What about Jeep and those Volkswagen? I don't know.
Volkswagen was built in Germany, but
I know. But when did they bring that over to the U.S.? That fucking bug. I don't know.
Yeah,
the German bug was pretty good. Everybody talks about that it was Hitler that designed the Beetle, but that's not correct. That was Ferdinand Porsche that designed the Beetle.
Yeah, isn't they giving Hitler a lot of credit? Suddenly he's a mechanical engineer.
Yeah.
He can't hang wallpaper or paint trees, but he can design a car.
But he can design a car.
Sorry.
That's why everything's backwards in a Volkswagen.
Yeah. Why is the engine in the back? Yeah, all that shit. Yeah.
That's how the Bush family made their fortune too, was financing the Nazis.
Mm-hmm. James, back to your trip. What about your trip?
I got plenty more. It was a long, fun, weird. Not the end was weird, but then we were there in Orlando till Friday. Drove to the coast of Cape Canaveral area, Cocoa Beach, to Port Canaveral. We took a cruise, a 3-day cruise to the Bahamas. I've never tried that before, but we got a good deal. If you play your cards right with all this, this is the first time we ever tried anything like that. If you play your cards right with these things, I have a couple of credit cards that we use, and we pay our water bill, we pay stuff like that on it, and you build up points. And then sometimes when you open these cards, you do it the right way. If you spend $2,000 in a month or 3 months or whatever, you get 60, 70,000 points, which equal. So all my hotel rooms, everything, even the plane tickets for the kids from Frontier on the way down there, it's free. The hotel rooms are free. The cruise, the kids are free. It was insane, dude. So I'm just paying service fees for things basically. But anyway, so we jump on this Norwegian Sun cruise line. It's a big ship, but it's not it. It's parked with 3 or 4 other ones there, and you're like, fucking hey, man, yeah, these things are massive. I don't know if you guys ever been on a cruise here at all?
Oh yeah,
no, I did carpet on a cruise ship once.
I've been on about 10, 15 of them.
No way. You've done a lot of cruise stuff. Okay.
Tons.
Wow. Okay.
I've worked on shrimp boats and done like blizzards.
Okay.
I've never been on.
You've been out in the seas. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been on the.
Well, there was that storm coming. I know, Jerry, you got hit with it last Friday. And,
yeah, there were like 2 waves of huge, nasty. They missed me totally.
But I know it was coming up. I didn't know if you were going to get hit with it. I know some place like my wife's aunt lives in Charleston, and like they had like shitloads of trees come down and everything. Like, but anyway, but that like right when we were already on the boat, and you go through. It's a real fast check-in. You do a whole security thing. You get on the boat. But yeah, it was cool. Like you're like Watcher, you're just saying about doing carpet. Like this boat was just redone like in like last year. Like all new interior shit and stuff. Like so it was pretty nice. Like
was there a church? Was there a church?
There was, dude. Yeah. There's a little like little whatever you call it, a
chapel room.
Chapel. Yeah, there's a little I'm like, Sin, let's go in. Let's redo our vows right now as we walk through to the gift shop
with Elvis Presley.
But it was cool, man. I mean, yeah, we right when that storm came, we were out on the deck there. So then we set out to the first spot. So you sail all night, all the way down to Nassau in the Bahamas. It's pretty far down there, and it's like. It was cool going to these places. They're all it's like fucking shit places in Mexico or whatever, like seeing it in person, it's totally different. Yeah. I mean, the vibe was cool. Like the people were really friendly and stuff. I mean, and you're just like, God damn, they're just hustling to make $1 off you, dude. Cause they ain't got shit. It's crazy as fuck, dude. Like, and, so yeah, there's a weird, like,
wait. I wasn't listening. Where was that at?
Nassau.
Oh god.
Yeah.
The Bahamas. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just that weird, like you would see, like you'd be driving because we ended up we were gonna go down to this resort and hang out there for the day. And to go to the resort and it had like 5 pools and all this shit, and it's on the beach and everything. And it was like $100 a person. So that was gonna be our thing. Yeah. Oh, dude, yeah, it was all laid out though.
That's how people do. It's safe. Yeah. They have safe shops.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you that. Oh, dude, we're rolling through this whole like city. When you get off the boat, it's all janky and shit. And you got fucking little kids trying to sell my kids Cubans. I mean, it's fucking nuts. Like, cigars? Yeah, oh yeah,
Chiclets.
Yeah, it wasn't chiclet. It was their Cuban cigars.
I thought you talking about those little Cuban sandwiches, ham and mustard.
No, those are amazing. I love a good Cuban.
Do you want like Opus X any day?
You want a good Cuban, dude? Go to fucking Miami. Yeah,
that's the food that Florida has. That's good.
Yeah,
pickle. They got pickle on it.
Cuban sandwich.
They do.
Yep.
Pickle, onion, mustard, and ham.
Yeah, it's mustard.
Yeah, et cetera.
Yeah, they're good. They're good stuff, dude. But
so put it in that press.
Yeah, then they press it and it melt all the fucking cheese in it. It's so goddamn good. But Nassau was crazy. Like so, but right when we got to that resort, we hopped in this dude's cab, and it was like a 15-minute drive up the coast to get to this resort, which like you would like people say, you would fly down there and then you would stay at this resort, and it's like $700 a night at this place. It's fucking crazy. And
Mar-a-Lago.
But I don't even remember what it was called. It's like I don't even remember. We were only there for a little bit because right when we get out of the cab, dude, it just unloads, rains, and all. It was just coming down like gangbusters for like 40 minutes. But we just hung out and we just walked around their whole fucking place and just like, yeah, it was just weird. And then we paid $30 to get a cab there. And then there was this bus line. We knew about the bus line, but we couldn't find like where you got on this bus. And it was one of them crazy, like this dudes drive like 90 miles an hour in like this shitty bus, and it was like that. So we jumped in there and it was $1.25 to go back. Like it could have cost us like $3 to get there and back. But anyway, man, we got back to this place it's called Cable Beach, and it was just right on it was pretty close to the cruise ship area, and it was real low key because of the rain, and people must have thought it was going to rain. The sun ended up coming out, and there was a fucking tiki bar there. We were the people were super nice, but we had a fucking blast. And then the next day you get back on the boat, and then at 5 you have to be the last call on the boat to get on back on. It's like 4:30. The boat leaves at like 5 or something, and then you set sail up to this Grand Bahama Island. Same type of like cool beach vibe, the blue clear waters and stuff, and the water's it was obviously you're closer to the equator, so it's about the water is probably like 82 something like that. So
that water is gorgeous down there.
Dude, it was cool as fuck. Yeah, there was no huge waves or anything, so it was pretty chill. But yeah, man, like so we went to this. Yeah, I mean, you put in port at this place. And it's all industrial. It's like a straight up industrial like barge port and everything. So like when you get off, but then you have these like little shacks. They're not even shacks. They're like Jerry was kind of mentioning, like these like pop up like sell you shit stuff. Like because like then there's nothing except like an oil refinery and stuff. It's crazy. So we want to go to the beach, and you shuttle like all the way to the other side of the island. And then there's a public beach, but it's like owned by this company it costs like $5 to get onto the beach or whatever. It's all but what it includes, like you can do a bunch of things for that $5. You can go kayaking, do all this and and get chairs and all that stuff. And it was
on this beach. On this beach, is there a blue and white building with a gold dome on top?
Dude, I don't remember. There is a big building there, though.
Like a White Castle?
No, there was like it looked like a little tourist building, but then you'd go down and there's another tiki bar and there's all that kind of shit there.
It's like they just nickel and dime you to death. The whole
yeah. I mean, you'd have. I was just looking at the chat. You'd have to be a fan of beaches and water and all that stuff to go enjoy something like that.
Collect any shells,
hang out in the town, and just get bothered to death by people. But it's just because they have this whole thing called like the straw markets, which is like a flea market, on every island. On these islands, I mean, there's like 100 and some islands down there. Actually, back on Nassau, the one before this, we were driving. The guy was the cab driver, dude. He was actually cool. He was like giving us tourist information. He's like, "Yeah, over here is here's the U.S. Embassy. Over here is the." He's like, "No, check that out, man. Eddie Murphy used to own that island." Like, get the fuck out. And,
my girl likes to party all the time.
Yeah. But did you eat a steak on the boat?
What's that? Did I eat steak on the boat?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
So you were literally cruising with steak.
I do.
I see what you did there.
Boom.
Cheap.
Yeah, man.
I was really surprised nobody else did that.
Perfect timing.
That's hilarious. I didn't even think of that when I was eating that steak. But in that Grand Bahama thing, they have these like inflatable like obstacle course things that they float out in the water. Now you can climb all over them and shit. They had like the blob, the airbag thing where you launch off the end of it and stuff. But you have to swim out to it. So we put life jacket, these like little like jet ski life jackets on, and we swim out to the thing. And then so we went out there. Oh my God, that was a bitch, man. There was like 50 fucking kids on there and like a couple dads helping them all out. And like, it was ridiculous, man. And then, so your kid would fall in every 5 seconds and you're just constantly pushing kids up. And then you're like, fuck, I got to drag my ass up out of the water. And it was a bitch, dude. I'm like, yeah.
I mean, it's the ocean. So
yeah. It's salt water, dude.
It's full of fish shit.
It's already full of fish shit.
It's full of fish shit. And
Rotting fish.
sand and salt. Yeah.
If it ain't chlorinated, I ain't swimming in it.
All the cuts I've had are nice and healed up.
I try to never go in the ocean. Fish fucking.
Oh, dude, I like this lady was standing
Every
next to
time
me.
somebody takes a shit on the land, it ends up there.
This lady was sitting next to me. And she's
there,
like, can you open my beer? So I try to do the lighter trick where you pop the top, and I slice my fucking finger on it. It's been years since I've done that. I've done like a million of them. You know, it's like, fing, oh mother effer. Then I go back in the water. I'm like, oh yeah, fuck.
James is self-editing.
Yes, I'm self-editing, dude. Yeah, but anyway, man, it was cool. Like, yeah, sailed back that night. What happened though is it must take a couple days for things like this to kick in, but dude, like right now, I still feel like I'm rocking back and forth and shit.
Oh no, that goes on for a week or 2 weeks, man.
Yeah, I would figure.
Yeah.
But it took a few days because I got off that fun park raft thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then like we get back to the boat. I'm like, holy shit, man. I'm starting to feel that. Like I've heard some people mention before. It's like, yeah, like a weird vertigo-ish type thing.
Lieutenant James, you got your sea legs.
I know. I was like, I got my sea legs, dude. Yeah. And so I still feel it a little bit. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't make me sick or anything. It's just kind of a funny feeling, man. You get when I relax is when it's really kicks in. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. When I would come home from deployment for 2 weeks afterwards.
Oh, I can imagine, both guys.
I'd be shaving and I'd grab onto the bathroom counter because
thinking you were going over.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So like that first night with that storm, man, you could fucking feel it. Yeah, like yeah, and then the last day, like almost halfway home, you started to feel it a little bit because, like I said, the boat wasn't the biggest boat, but you know, if you get on these big ones, it's not as bad. This one wasn't that bad either. It's just you felt it a little bit more. And then, yeah, man, and I get back and we had another free hotel night. Because I don't know, it was like once a year they hook you up with like a free night, and that was we used that. So like, and it was at this other cool little resort thing in Orlando. So we drove back there, and just hung out there and at this like Hyatt Regency, and they had their own lake, and you could rent. Or didn't even have to rent it. It just was all included. They had paddle boards, kayaks, those big 3-wheeler things that you pedal out in the water, like paddle boats and stuff.
Things, yeah.
Yeah, they had a bunch of things like that, and that's massive pool. It was just insane. Like I'm like, wow, this stuff is crazy. Like they really like sunk $1 trillion into Orlando, dude. I swear it's insane. I don't know. Like that area though is a little too busy for me for sure, but the hotel was nice. But and like at one point this was what's that, dude?
The whole International Boulevard experience is kind of creepy now.
It's very crazy, dude. Like I don't know. It would be tough to like live there. I don't even know.
Especially with all the gay bars getting shut up.
That's funny. Like last time I was there is when that happened. And when we were at Disney, that happened and we were at Universal for the day. And that was when this like 5-year-old kid got eaten by an alligator.
Dude, I remember that.
That was the same weekend that the shooting happened.
Yeah, it was the most fucked up weekend down there.
Ariana Grande shooting.
Yeah, it was always a weird vibe when we flew into Orlando for sure. At the airport, everyone was a little somber and shit, you know. And then and just around town, and you saw a lot of like, you know, I don't know, hopes and prayers, you know, little signs everywhere and stuff. And then this kid gets eaten by a fucking alligator, dude. And so anyway, that pond out there, this lake. Yeah, I know. Isn't that weird too? Yeah, like allegedly it happened right at dusk. Kid sticks his foot in the water. Yeah, I mean, allegedly. Supposedly it happened, and then Yeah, so I do the stand up paddleboard thing. I was like, dude, it's free. I gotta try it. And I've always wanted to try that. And man,
that stuff's hard.
Yeah, well, I got out on there, and I'm just 41 and fat now, and like I'm like just trying to gain my balance again. I mean, I used to be insane with all this stuff. Like, I got this, dude, no problem. And it took me. I was able to go out for a little bit. I was super like, oh shit. And then I'm out there with there's possibly gators in this thing, like, I mean, for sure there are in there somewhere. Like, yeah. And because there's signs all over, watch out for gators. Like,
yeah.
But yeah. See a gator sign and then go in. Yes. Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. So I was out there for, I don't know, I'm putzing around, made a couple turns, and then just boom, in the water. I'm like, son of a bitch. And then I'm like, oh, the water's warm. Sweet. So it's like, it's almost warmer than the pool. And get out. Yeah, climb my fat ass up on the freaking board again, get up there. And then you think you're out. Oh, it starts sinking. Oh, it tips over again. You're doing that like 4 or 5 times. Like, goddamn, I'm dying, dude. But
That's
I made
gator
about,
bait.
yeah, I made it about. Yeah, I'm out there kicking my brains out trying to get on the back on the board. Like, come and get me,
Oh my God.
come and get me. Yeah. So that was my day. That now, yeah. And then actually that night we went over to Universal Studios because they have this huge like river walk thing, and it's all stores. I don't know. We just walked around this whole thing. I don't know. Anyway, then this morning, trying to make the plane, we made it there. Get there in like an hour and a half early, and then
Lost your bags.
Not lost my bags. Checked my shit in. All that made it. Then we get to the TSA check-in. It was over an hour wait. So, and usually Orlando is like top notch, dude. You're usually like boom, you fly through that, even with it being like busy.
You didn't drop your name. Say, hey, I'm the James.
The
podcast.
I wish. No. No.
$20 is $20.
I think I was wearing a Solo shirt, my Star Wars shirt. And so we're waiting in line for that, dude, and it's just creeping along. And then all of us are looking at each other like, "Fuck, man, we're gonna get fucked here." And then like, no, they can't leave, dude. We finally get our asses through the thing. I mean, it did take like probably over an hour. I don't even know. Everyone was losing their minds, and like, we're like the Griswolds running through the fucking airport, or like Home Alone, the McAllisters. Fucking, and then we make it to the gate, dude. They're all on board and shit. It's like, I think it leaves at 9:20, and it closed. They closed the gate like 10 minutes before that. We were about 3 minutes late, and and the plane's right there, and they wouldn't let us on. Yeah,
that's brutal.
Totally fucked. And like, and these people at the counter are like, nah, they didn't give a shit. And then like, it was crazy. Like, nope, you're low. I'm like, well, what are we supposed to do? Like, I don't know. I'm like, okay, thanks. This is all Frontier, dude. I'm like, and we've flown with them like a billion
There
times.
is no more customer service.
I freaking hate Frontier.
They did not give a fuck.
Terrible.
My second least favorite airline is Frontier.
Yeah, and I mean, it was crazy. I couldn't believe it, man. The plane. I mean, I get like we're late, but dude, people were missing planes left and right. That's how crazy busy it was, and it just, man, I don't know. It was a wild experience. And then we were talking to them, and they're like, well, I'm like, yeah, well, can you like hook us up with the next flight or what, something? And they're like, that's Saturday, and you have to fly to Denver, and then you fly from Denver back. I'm like, dude. And then they're like, for a direct flight, it's Monday. I'm like, holy shit, we are fucked. And then
You should get a car and drive.
so we left. Yeah, we left the gate because they didn't say shit. That's all they told us was those like 3 things. Like, nope, you're fucked, and like, no, you can't get on a plane until those 2 days. And then we're like, oh my god. So we're walking back, and they're like, oh shit, our bags and stuff. So then we go back. I see the girls like split. They were already gone. They're the ones walking. I'm like, what about our bags? Like, oh, they'll be in Cleveland. Like,
They'll FedEx
I'm
to
like,
you.
and we didn't
The
think
bags will
about
be there
it
before
at
you
the
will.
time. But dude, that is illegal. You can't do what they did. You cannot take luggage that isn't with a person and fly it. I could have put I could have put a bomb in that and just left the
And
airport.
purposefully missed the
Yeah.
plane.
Dude,
You can. Yeah, you can fly luggage without a person.
You
It's
can?
called cargo.
Yeah, yeah.
But the people, I don't understand that. I don't know. Like, the
All your
people
shit
that
is
the
scanned.
luggage.
Your luggage is all X-rayed and scanned and dog sniffed before it gets on the plane.
James, you are not your belongings.
But that guy was right though. It's cargo.
Yeah, it becomes cargo. They ship it.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I
Too
don't
much
know.
hassle to try and get your bag out of the system. That's already in motion.
It's already in the plane. Yeah.
What totally does work though to keep your bags with you?
It does.
What totally does work though to keep your bags with you is if you go to the marine supply store, like the boat store, or like a sporting goods store or something like that, and buy one of those plastic flare guns. You have to buy a box. You have to buy a box that will lock up.
Yeah.
And put that in your bag, and then when you go to the airport, you have to declare it.
Okay.
You have to be, and I am always very careful. I always say, so I need an orange sticker on my bag.
Oh,
and they do this thing. They put an orange sticker on your bag, and when it's going through the baggage check, the TSA will look at it. They'll verify that there's no ammunition in it.
Yeah,
but that there is a weapon in it or firearm in it, and they will check that through, and they will not fly that bag without you. And if you miss your flight, you will not lose your bag because it must fly with you.
Oh, okay.
That's an awesome pearl of wisdom.
Ooh, yeah.
What if you're?
It doesn't take much of a box, but it does need to be a sturdy enough box, and it does take up a certain amount of space inside the thing.
What if your service dog was in the cargo, and the plane went without you?
This woman was walking.
If your service dog was an attack dog, then they would do the same thing.
Your service dog wouldn't be in the cargo because it's a service dog, so you'd have it.
Right, he'd be in the thing. He'd be in the cabin with you.
Exactly.
This lady's going through TSA with a fucking pit bull, all mouthed up and shut and shit.
Oh yeah,
a service dog on it.
He's my comfort dog.
Crazy.
Yeah. Emotional support.
Yeah. No, this was.
I'm going to try to get my vet to declare a shark as my emotional support animal.
This is my service dog. Like, oh my.
Well, and you can just get the. Like some states, you don't even have to register them. There's
right. She just got the stupid things. You can bring her pit bull everywhere.
You can have a service.
They're not allowed to question it either. If you
right, yeah,
right.
It's illegal for them to ask you to prove it.
And this dog is like paw skipping everywhere. He's like, this is ready to rock and roll, dude. I'm like, oh my god.
This elk tells me when I'm about to have a panic attack. I have
about to have a panic attack. It's working.
He has to fly for free.
It's like
unbelievable. Yeah, let's get you on first. Unbelievable. Yeah, like you're gonna sit with that dog. I don't even know what they do with that.
It's my.
I tried to go through and they made me put a muzzle on Igor. I was like, what? No, just kidding, y'all. Just like how ridiculous all this shit is.
Who's Igor?
Igor's my pussy.
He burned down Notre Dame.
Oh,
he did.
No idea.
No, that was Igor.
Crotch.
Igor.
Really quick. I'm going to share my picture of my brother-in-law with all you guys. Screen share, and he looks like Watcher, and I want to get your guys' reaction.
Okay.
Do they have a mustache?
Reaction pictures.
Yeah,
there we go.
Great radio. You guys can describe.
Oh, I got a
this.
million pictures.
Sweet. Let's see this.
Or wait, I can just share the picture. You guys see it?
Too bad you can't talk to.
Yeah. Can't talk and do this?
No, yeah, you're all right now. There you go.
Oh,
Holy
yeah.
crap.
Look at that.
That's Ben Affleck.
That's totally Watcher.
Affleck.
It looks like a cross between
It
Bob
looks nothing
Saget.
like Watcher.
It looks,
I don't
it
know.
looks, yeah.
It's
It
pretty
looks-
close.
It looks like a cross between
A little
Burt
bit, I
Reynolds and
think.
Bob Saget.
That
I'm
chick is
actually
hot.
more disturbed by whatever that is on his shirt.
I'm more disturbed by
Like a
that
chicken or
screen
something.
background.
Huh?
It's fake space
Yeah.
with a messy.
It's an artist.
It's fake.
It's an artist conception.
So wait. That picture is interesting. Who's the woman and what are they holding? It's some kind of chicken.
Yeah, like
A
some
Muppet.
kind of doll.
It's a
Rubber
Muppet.
ducky.
Yeah.
Is she choking it?
It looks like a
Oh.
Muppet.
Mm,
All these pictures. It's at my mother-in-law's house, and it's a picture of their son and his significant other. I think it's Thanksgiving, and they have a stuffed animal turkey. They're just using as a prop.
If you mess with my children, if you mess with my kid, if you mess with my baby, you're messing up.
That Capital One commercial.
Nope. Nope, not at all.
Oh, did anybody see that thing the other day? There was some, I think it was in Indiana. Oh, weird shit out. It was either Indiana or Florida because that's where all the weird shit happened.
Nothing but weird shit here.
There's more than corn in Indiana.
Indiana.
Grim
Well, I'm
keeps
pretty
stuff under
sure-
control.
It was one of the. Anyway, this guy had broke into dude's house and went in his daughter or his kid's room with no pants on, and then he wouldn't leave.
Grimsteak.
So the guy shot him, right? But he was on the news talking about like the way he said it. Here, I'm gonna dig it up. So
So wait, this was a stranger that came into the house with no pants and went to the kids' room?
yeah,
Oh man.
That's weird.
It reminds me
Yes.
of Back to the Future where Marty McFly ends
Maybe he was just horny.
back in his house.
it probably
You
was.
must waive the debt of the American people. You
Oh.
signed a pen to put them in this mess. You signed a pen to get them out. And there's nothing else to talk about.
I just thought that was get him out. Oh no. Yeah.
I
Do they
heard a,
have boxers on
heard,
at
a
least or something?
heard a comedian a while back talking about how he heard someone breaking into his home, and he had enough time to get from his bedroom upstairs to the basement, and he ran down to the basement, and when the intruder came to the basement, he was and flipped on the light. The guy is standing there wearing the homeowner is standing there wearing but a hockey mask and holding an axe. And he looks at the intruder and says, "What took you so long?"
As a karate expert, I will
Oh my
not
God,
talk
I
about
love
anyone
that.
up here.
Here we go.
Our children can't afford to live.
God damn it. All right, I'm done with that guy.
What the fuck? Here, I'll post the tweet in the Discord.
Go back to the Trump ones.
Oh yeah, those are great, aren't they?
Yeah, the Trump ones are golden.
12 billion.
Yeah. I'll finish but yeah, dude. So then I got super lucky and found another flight with United, and fucking had to pay $1,200 to get home. Yeah, all the money
So
I
all your
saved without the hotel,
Yeah.
boom! I just paid for the whole trip. Just paid. Yeah, unbelievable, man.
It's the
Ouch, they didn't
algorithm.
even kiss you first, did they?
Yeah. Then I walked down the frontier, and there's my bags,
Oh,
and then they're
The
fucking
house
awful.
always
Look at that
wins,
money.
James.
Yeah.
House always wins. It's all yeah. Oh my god.
So I should just stay home, have staycation.
Nah, man, I don't want to stay here. I mean, like, I love going
Oh,
places.
dude.
Yeah, I love seeing new shit, man. That was the coolest part about the whole thing. Just going down. I've never been down there before, and
And he lives in Cleveland, so
Cleveland's dope, dude. I'll fight anybody on that. Cleveland's
it actually is. I like Cleveland. I was really
dude. Oh my god. I mean, I did live in Pittsburgh for a few years, and it's kind of like Cleveland. It's just it's a bigger city, but the people are kind of the same. They're hardworking, man, and but had a good time there. But I'll always live here, dude. It's
Cleveland's all right with me.
Thank you.
Seriously, I actually love Ohio.
Ohio's awesome. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah. And I've traveled all of northern Ohio my entire life. My mom's from the complete west side of it. I grew up in the complete east side of it, and I live right in the middle of it now. I live like 15 minutes away from downtown, right on the lake. And it's super awesome. I love it a lot, and I'm glad to be home.
Nice.
As long as I don't have to drive in Ohio, because I don't know what it is about Ohio, but people like to pull in front of me and slam on their brake.
It's
try Atlanta.
It's a weird thing. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Or LA.
Oh, Atlanta, they do that too.
Yeah.
Atlanta sucks.
Florida drivers are fucking gnarly too. Oh my god.
Yeah. Do you have Florida license plates, Watcher?
Pardon me?
Do you have Florida license plates?
Why? Florida license
That's
plates?
why people would jump in and swoop and squat on you.
They'll be coming at you with some Flocka in their system.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. They'll be fucking running through your windshield and shit.
Oh man.
That shit's crazy.
That's weird.
People lose
Yeah. So yeah, and then I get home. I'm home for an hour, and then my fucking my father-in-law calls me, who I work with, and he's like, "We got a leak in the fucking building. Da, da, da. It's leaking down at the guy's shop." I'm like, "Son of a bitch!" Jump in the car, drive over there. Yeah, this fucking whole drain system's clogged up in these two chicks' apartments. Their sinks are overflowing with water and shit. I'm like,
oh man.
I was there until 7:30. Get home, it's 8 o'clock. I come downstairs. I sit at this computer. I'm like, holy shit, I'm spent. And then I fire up Zoom and I'm ready to fucking rock and roll. And here we are.
Oh, yeah, here we are.
Yeah, that was my day.
The story of James Cruz.
That was my trip, and it was a lot of fun. And I'll share some pics with all you guys here. Not you guys listening because you can't see them. So fuck you.
We love our listeners.
Yeah. Oh, I love everybody, dude. Thanks for listening. Whoever's listening on
we got a few of them. We got a handful. We got.
What would make great radio is a slideshow.
I could.
We've probably done that before.
Yeah, we've done it before. We did it with Jerry, actually. Yeah,
I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, it would just be a lot of pictures of beach and sand and sun and fun and crazy fucked up buildings. Yeah, you would see these like, oh man, this house looks dope, and then you get closer to it, and all the windows are gone, and all the shit's gone out of it. And it was built, 10 years ago, and it's kind of fucked up.
And you bought a timeshare?
Timeshare, please. Dude, you could go down there with like $100,000 and just live your best life for like fucking a while. I was like talking to one guy. I was like, dude, if you could get down there, this would be a great place to just disappear. No one is looking for your ass down there.
Kind of like how Richard Simmons disappeared.
Yeah, he might be down there. I did see this gay guy on the beach with this gold Speedo, but it was like women's high cut in the front crotch, and it went up to his belly button. It was it was fucking glitter gold, dude.
I should ask some more.
It was epic.
We could put
You had to be.
We could put some mistake logos on that.
So I would have had a picture of that shit.
He'll show you the pictures later.
No, I don't have that one. I was out in the water when it happened.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. I didn't see any fish in the water. I was surprised. But right when we were leaving the one beach, somebody was like, we found a stingray. I'm like, great. So did Steve Irwin.
Oh, come on.
It might not have been a stingray. There's lots of different rays that aren't necessarily.
Yeah, there couldn't have been Yeah. I mean, some of those.
It could be Sugar Ray.
Oh,
it could be.
I don't know. He doesn't. I thought I heard he just had to get like throat surgery or something. Like he can't talk anymore or sing. Or
really?
Yeah.
It has to swim, but it really wants to fly.
Yeah. So that trip was cool, man. It was fun. It was fun, man. It But it is great to be back. I can't believe I made it back today for one. Yeah, I almost, like Jerry said, I almost was about, like, if I couldn't get a flight, I'd be driving home right now still. Yeah. I would have got a fucking rent a car and drove home 22 hours straight.
It doesn't take that long.
I don't know, dude.
It's only 6 to Orlando from Atlanta.
Plus with my kids, dude, and stuff, and like, there's no way I can make it in one night.
Yeah, it's like 12 hours, I think. I don't know, because it's on the other side of Ohio, so that's kind of fun.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all the way up on Lake Erie, dude. It's literally, it's like 22 hours.
So are you in the
hours. Sorry, that guy go.
That's right. Are you in the Ohio part? Or are you in the Ohio part?
Oh, no, I'm in the Ohio part.
Oh, okay, all right.
Closer to Pennsylvania.
Yeah, he's in the Ohio part.
I am. Yeah, I'm smack dab in the middle of Ohio on Lake Erie. Yeah,
the middle of the top. The middle of the top.
Exactly, the middle of the top. Yeah, so Canada is just on the other side of Lake Erie, and my house is probably 300 yards away from the lake.
I think it used to take me like 19 hours from Marietta, Georgia to Detroit.
Oh yeah, Marietta, yeah.
To not Marietta, Ohio.
Oh, I would say that now. Yeah,
to Marietta, Georgia. To
the big chicken.
Right. Yes. Yes, with the big chicken. That's right. That's what everyone calls it too. But it's like 19 hours, and it was a straight one, doing bumps of cocaine, just all the way.
Nice.
Yeah. Good God.
Oh, the good old days.
The best.
What were you saying, Jerry, about fast food in Atlanta?
Nothing. The big chicken is always referenced as this great landmark here, and it's fucking KFC propaganda. It's an advertiser.
It's ugly as hell, too.
Yeah, it's like an old.
Well, it's just because it's old and big.
It's like a mission style chicken or something. I don't know. Quaker.
Isn't that why the girls like Jerry? Old but he's big.
Mission style chicken? Is that like two chickens face to face or what?
What? No. Like the description of it. Never.
It's
dovetails, okay?
Yeah. I think I got a refrigerator on my magnet from the big chicken, actually.
Felix, you got a jam for us tonight? Yeah? Thumbs up jam?
Yeah, sure.
I'll do the next best thing.
Well, we could listen to a nice Felix jam and then talk about some weird woo-woo shit, whatever you guys want to talk about. I'm sure there's stuff on the table.
There's lots of woo this week.
Yeah.
Lots of woo.
No shortage.
Never a shortage of
Doesn't exist, folks.
Oh, it exists.
Okay, what is it? What's the lots of woo?
And we'll wait till after the jam.
It's called a promo. Come on.
It's leaving people wanting. They're waiting. It's the hook.
You gotta build the suspense.
Aye.
So after
Don't
the song,
send it to that. Put it in Zoom.
There'll be
that
some
guy.
More talking.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I don't know if I can do that. Okay, send it to me.
Okay.
In Discord, sorry. It's gonna. Let's see.
Are we muting?
Yeah, if you want to mute down, I'll start it.
Yeah,
give me a keep code word, dude.
The code word will be Rey Mysterio.
All right. I wonder why. All right.
I got to set up. Sure. Thanks. Oh, well, let me say what the song is.
Worth of more than $10 billion.
What?
Oh, the name of the song is called In Rainbows. It's an original song.
Oh, sweet.
Okay.
No inspiration from the Radiohead album?
You're fired.
Yeah, I think I came out with this song at the same time, and then I just wanted to kind of jump on the piggyback on the In Rainbows.
Good. I respect that.
I just threw it out there, and I thought it was pretty clever at the time. Here we go. So yeah, here you can do your sound bites.
You're brilliant. You're handsome. You're rich. I don't hold grudges against anybody. And I made a lot of money in Atlantic City, and I'm very proud of it. And the answer is China, Japan, Mexico, like me, the United States of America, Tiffany, Trump, Michelle, Donnie, Don, Kai, Donnie, President Trump, the greatest president that God ever created. I love China. And yes, I fully understand. But we don't know. We don't know what's happening. Why? I'm sorry. It can happen.
Again, the song's called In Rainbows. It's original.
Yes.
Enjoy. Oh, this is the lounge version of it.
Ladybug has attacked Mega Metropolis, crushing buses, scraping skyscrapers, and the birds are in a frenzy, peppermint flying saucers.
Oh, let me do that part again. Let me start from the top.
This just in, a not so ladylike ladybug has attacked Mega Metropolis, crushing buses, scraping skyscrapers, and the birds are in a frenzy. Peppermint flying saucers have just landed. Welcome to Earth, friends. Make yourselves at home. Dinner's on the table, tables on the ceiling. What? I said dinner's on the table, tables on the ceiling. What? Dinner's on the table, tables on the ceiling. We interrupt this broadcast to bring you flashback footage of the devastation. Little boy and fat man went high and came down hard on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. B-29 bombers and kamikazes fly off screen, crash into your TV dinner. Pork and bean, forks and spoons penetrating the ceiling. Mashed potato on the wall, mashed potato on the wall, mashed potato on the wall. And the businessman is sitting in butter. Meanwhile, your brother, he's in the gutter. 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 Yeah, I know that a song can't save the world, but oh, if it could, I would smash my guitar for the finale and exit stage left and call it quits for a new world, a new world, a new world.
Damn, I love that end.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's great, Felix.
That's
That was
sweet.
going to break into one of my songs.
Well played.
That was good.
Very smooth, man. That was awesome.
Oh, thanks.
What CD is that on? Or album?
That might
Or
be on, volume
CD.
maybe volume 1. Volume 1.
yeah, that's volume 1.
What tape is that on?
What disc is that on? It is on volume 1.
Volume 1.
Yeah.
What record is that on?
Yeah.
Actually, I think I only recorded it on a clay bowl.
A second.
Wow.
A wax cylinder.
A cylinder, yeah.
See, I knew.
Jerry engraved it.
I knew that. I knew that Felix had game. Damn.
He got game, dude.
Oh, I'm loving these Felix originals too. You should.
That's a singing bowl, yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Huh. I didn't even recognize it.
It's so old, but it's so new.
Right. Well, I'll play the original version at the end of the show.
Nice.
It'll be on there.
Yeah, you like how I started over in the beginning? Because I didn't like
Yeah,
how
that
it
was
going.
good. But that just shows how real Cruising with Steak is.
Yeah, it's like going to a live show. Sometimes people just start over, dude. You know.
I go, let's start this over.
Yeah.
But you can't if you're like in the middle of like the ocean and you're in the middle of you're on your cruise.
Yes.
And you can't just start over. You're just out there.
Well, what happened once it was at the end of the night, and so I was drinking. I had about 2 beers every day, which is pretty good from not really drinking ever. And I ended up probably having like 3 or 4 cocktails, like Jameson and Cokes. So I was feeling good, man. And then it was towards the end of the night. I'm like, I gotta get one more. So I go up. I'm like,
Party
what kind of strong beer do you guys have? And he's like, this dude fucking rips open a Corona Light and grabs a vodka bottle and just go, like 5 or 6 shakes, dude. I'd take a sip of it, just straight fire. I'm like, holy fuck. And sure enough, man, I had one sip. My wife grabs it and she just takes it and walks away. It just dumps it out somewhere. She's like, "You are not drinking that.
This isn't happening."
Yeah.
That sounds so disgusting.
Sometimes I have issues.
Bahamian rocket fuel.
Oh, dude, say free food, free alcohol. I mean, it was like you just stop off somewhere. Hey, give me a bottle. Okay, here you go. So I recommend a cruise. It's pretty crazy, man. It's a cool vibe. I dug it. Up there drinking Miller Lights, playing shuffleboard with my kids. It was fun, man.
I love shuffleboard.
Yeah, it's laid back, it's chill. It's like curling, but in the summertime.
Yeah, shuffleboard's awesome. I look for shuffleboards.
Oh, dude, I used to play when I was
places.
a kid. Yeah, we used to go to this place in White Sands, Michigan, which was up by Mackinac Island.
Oh yeah,
and it was called White Sands. They had beautiful sand, and they had like 4 shuffleboard courts, and we would play that like all day long.
Yeah, it's good stuff, especially when you involve beer.
Yeah, I was a kid then. And now, like as older, it's hard to find one of those places, man. They have them.
Yeah,
I guess
never
we have some
played
bars around here now that have them.
It's kind of I think it's gotten popular, so it's in bars around.
Yeah,
I never played the full size shuffleboard where you're like,
yeah, man, it's
the whole table bar game,
dude. In the bar one, yeah, where they put like a Parmesan cheese on it.
Yeah, the sand. Hey, you can put it on your pizza if you want to. But.
Yeah. But yeah, they had a basketball court on there. Their pool was decent. It had like 4 hot tubs. It was funny, man. There's all these kids in this hot tub. There's like 8 of these little kids in there, and this big dude fucking just comes walking in it, and he just parts the seas and just sits down, and he's keeping his hands up the whole time. And then me and my wife are like, man, that's fucking weird. Why did we like? And like everyone around was kind of like the same type of like giving it a double take. And
Yokozuna,
you just wanted to get in the hot tub, man. And then I was sitting on the side and then my kids were in that one after he got out and stuff. And I hear him talking to his family, his wife, and some friends and stuff. And yeah, he's obviously got a good buzz going. He's like, yeah, man, I just wanted to get in. He's like, but I had my hands up the whole time. I didn't want to think it was getting weird. I'm like, oh, I didn't get weird, dude.
I didn't get hands up.
If you're gonna be like that, I want to see your hands the entire time.
Yeah, that's why he was like, I was like the whole time. His hands,
buddy, hands up,
spread out, hands up in the air in this hot tub with like
wrestling. Kids. Wasn't thumb wrestling with the kids?
Thumb wrestling, yeah. Oh, it was. There's so many little stories, but yeah.
I finished watching Hellier.
Oh yeah,
just last night.
How'd you like the end, dude?
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's kind of it's a little hook, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna bring you back.
It was one of those ones where they were just totally feeding into each other, though.
Yeah,
just like, oh, wow,
yeah. It was the can. It was the can.
That wasn't a normal, like your everyday can that you see hanging around.
Yeah, and the way he was. How about that like whole system he had, like with the noise cancellation headphones and
with the red light and stuff.
Yeah, it was pretty unique, and it didn't feel like your average documentary. It had a different vibe. It was shot well. It was cool. Like it was kind of like how people say when they listen to the show, it feels like you're hanging out. It feels like you were hanging out with them on this little trip, man. It was pretty cool. Like the way they did it. They had scenes, and then they had an interview portion mixed in, all throughout the whole thing, like explaining things, and it was pretty cool how they did it.
It kept me hooked, even though I in my head I had a running narrative, just like, oh, they're just totally feeding into each other.
Yeah.
They're all really good at like rambling. And
it was cool when they like met random people and what they had to say about things, and then like those people, like at first they're like, "There's nothing going on," and then all of a sudden it's just like, "There's everything going on."
I see UFOs every month
all the time, man. He's like, oh yeah, them caves, they're in like everyone's, everyone's backyards there have these like mining entrances, and they all say there's random weird shit in there, which I would imagine there is.
I could see them making that into like a virtual reality game.
Oh, dude, how creepy! Yeah,
with the big
you could make it into an actual reality game.
It already sounds creepy.
Escape room, like an escape room.
Yeah. Well, but there's an old tradition amongst hackers that they refer to as adventure gaming, but they called it that they reversed the ADV part of it and called it VATting, and it was things like going into places like abandoned buildings or places where you weren't supposed to go in your office building area, and like wrangling elevators with things like string or dental floss, just doing all kinds of crazy stuff, riding on the top of the elevator to get to someplace, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, sure.
You used to do that?
Oh, I never did that. No, I would never admit to. I'm sorry, I would never do that.
That guy is an upstanding.
Disney's got his fingerprint.
Yeah, man.
No, Disney has a fingerprint with my name on it, but it's not my fingerprint.
See, there we go. Are you Russian?
It's not possible.
He keeps an extra finger in his pocket just in case.
You never know.
Yeah. Damn it, Jacob! I told you not to say anything.
No, you don't have to keep a finger. You just have a latex thing. One of those.
They test for the latex.
Synthetic fake finger.
No, but they said, what is it called? New skin now? Is it new skin?
It's amazing. It's amazing what you can do with a little bit of alginate from Michael's craft store and a beer glass that somebody else has handled.
Oh shit! Now we know.
What's that dystopian movie where they like burn your fingerprints off when you're trying to escape?
Shit. I don't know. It sounds.
I think that's Snoopy Christmas.
No,
Gattaca.
Might have been, no, not Gattaca.
I've heard of people burning their own fingerprints off for.
Oh.
I mean, that's old school. The burning of your prints goes
it's more fun actually to burn somebody else's fingerprints off
with the acid.
You know, there's no proof that that your fingerprints are unique.
Actually unique, yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
that's true. That's true. They're actually it's a low in cryptography circles they call it a low probability of collision.
Yeah, low probability of collision. But when they like started using it as evidence in court, the first time they actually accepted it, the guy had a scar on his thumb, and they were saying his fingerprint because it had the same scar as they could prove it was him. And since then,
and that just set the precedent for every other court case after that. Oh,
yeah, it just set the precedent.
Yeah, and actually the FBI did something like that with lead for a while. They had a thing that they did with some kind of contaminants in the lead or something about lead in bullets that they claimed and was actually accepted as legit evidence and fact.
Oh yeah, they could prove that like these were the bullets from the same box or something.
Yeah.
Weird. Unique.
That eventually got thrown out.
Yeah, because
because it's random bullshit, I think. But
how many people got convicted under that, though? You know,
certainly not me.
Yeah, definitely not me.
I mean, I don't run into lead very much in the shoe business. I'm just saying.
Unless you got lead foot.
Oh,
that.
Whoa.
I just came up with that.
Yeah, we could tell.
So you guys see the lack of outrage or lack of news coverage of the whole Sri Lanka bombings on Easter?
Was that?
I barely heard about it.
Few Americans died or something, right?
Yeah, dude, a ton of people like that. Just a ton of churches and hotels got bombed. And I read today that like they're coming out, and I guess some Muslim group claimed responsibility for its retaliation to the Christchurch shooting. And it's just like, what the fuck?
Some group I think they call themselves ISIS. I'm not sure who they are, but
was it ISIS? Yeah, I didn't see any actual details.
Well, it's not ISIS, but they're saying,
but they're using the moniker ISIS. Jeez, that's what the fuck? Holy wars.
Is there even like a whole lot of
holy wars?
Christian Sri Lanka is like, isn't that like the island like off of India?
Probably. I don't know much about geography. I mean, I know it's a thing.
Geography's fake, just like space.
Yes.
Yeah, geography's fake.
Everything exists in one point.
It's in a flat book.
That's it.
Yeah.
Dude, we should start a social media website for flat earthers and call it Flat Book.
Flat Book.
I like it. Yeah, it's an island off the south of India.
I'm gonna see if we can register that.
Flat Book? And then it also it's linked into the Drywall universe.
You can get that thesis paper.
I really want to hear more about the Drywall universe.
Drywall universe. Man, I used to be really good at like flowing with the Drywall universe. I haven't like stepped into that game for a while, but Drywall universe is a theory that I came up with just because I deal with it so much that everything is drywall and made out of gypsum. and the drywall covers the actual like structure of things. Yeah.
Like it.
It's interesting you mentioned that. It's not entirely ridiculous.
Yeah.
In fact, it's not ridiculous at all.
No, not at all.
So here's what I'm going to align it to. There's a theory around called the one electron universe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that there is really only one fundamental electron particle, and
it's gypsum.
No, not that it's gypsum, but that it maneuvers through all dimensions and exists in all places at all points in all universes at the same time.
It does the electron.
And what I was wondering
takes the place of every electron.
When I heard you talk about the drywall universe the first time, the first thing that occurred to me was the one electron theory. And what I was wondering is if all drywall is actually one drywall that maneuvers at such high speed through all dimensions that all buildings that have drywall are their walls are clad with this single piece of drywall that expresses itself in all these dimensions.
Does that make the Kool-Aid Man Karanzan?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I love it.
Kool-Aid is red Kool-Aid, and it varies. The color varies depending on how fast it's moving away or toward you.
Yeah, and like in gypsum and drywall plaster, I mean, you can shape society with it and mold amazing things out of it, and it covers the structure of life itself. I used to have I used to be really into it when I first heard about the drywall universe. But I'm trying
by like a drywall guru.
Oh yeah, totally. No, well, I am the drywall guru. Yes, and it's an amazing place to be, and I mean, you see it everywhere, just like that guy was explaining. I like the one electron thing. We can mix that in with it too. So you can mix so many things in with it, and you can shape and mold whatever idea you want out of it. I've seen some amazing work. And there's lots of people that help form this universe, and there's a lot. Yeah, it's like a whole group of people that are constructing this universe. And
speaking of universes and fucking and dimensions and shit, I think it was Jerry. I saw him post an article today about how quantum computers can see up to like 12 different futures or some shit. It's some 16. Kind of nonsense. 16. Yep. What does that even mean?
16 possibilities.
16 dimensions, right?
It can calculate in real time probable futures.
Yeah,
that's
16. It can count. Put it this way: it's fast enough to calculate 16 right now.
Wow,
that's the way to read it.
Yeah, because I remember, like, was it just a little bit ago? Not a little bit ago. A couple of years ago, it was like 12, right? Like they thought there was 12 dimensions or something.
Well, if you listen to that guy, what's his name? Anthony.
No,
not Peak. The other one.
Oh,
Anthony Kiedis.
No.
He
talks about this giant quantum computer that some group in the government runs that simulates like society.
Oh.
Well, then 16 different outcomes they can come up with so far.
No. If that exists, then this is just, consumer grade.
Yeah, if you think about it in terms of like cryptography and stuff, like so if it'd take 16 years to guess your password, then it would only take 1 year to guess your password. They can
it'd probably take 1 minute to guess your password.
My password?
Faster than that.
It depends.
I heard something about one of the computers being able to go back in time like a millisecond.
Oh, yeah.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, that was pretty recent too, I think.
Yeah, that was recent.
That's called the reach around computer.
The reach around effect.
God.
I think that's called logging. To learn what happened in the past.
The dude's name is Anthony Patch.
Anthony Patch.
Oh, Anthony Patch, yeah.
But 1 millisecond? Like, is that even worth it? Is that even detectable, to be honest?
That's like 1,000 nanoseconds.
How could you even tell?
Yeah.
No regrets.
It depends on how much you like trading. If you can predict trades, that's a way to find out if your methodology is able to predict trades.
I'm not going to tie down a pentagram with Henry Kissinger's fat belly hanging out while he's naked with a big dagger, am I?
I know Eddie Bravo's going to choke me out. Come on over here, Eddie.
So I'm kind of interested in like, what do they mean by it can go back a millisecond? Because a computer doesn't really go anywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Not exactly.
Where does
it go?
How do we know the computers aren't inhabited by some kind of consciousness?
Oh shit!
We don't.
Right.
Is my computer
I'm
staring
actually
at
pretty
me?
convinced that they are.
Me too.
That is on the table.
Yeah.
It's on the table.
If that's true, then if consciousness exists outside, specifically machine consciousness, or say rock consciousness, be closer, does that exist outside of our time, our agreed, our consensus reality time?
Well, it would be on a different time scale, at least.
Right. So going back a millisecond isn't unthinkable.
I mean, I wouldn't even notice if I went back a millisecond because it takes what are they, 20 milliseconds? 20 milliseconds, you can't even tell anything happened. So
I time travel.
I know the dumb shit that shows up in my browser history. It's at least as smart as my dog.
Oh, yeah, you're probably pretty right about that, dude.
Totally.
I've had a couple times this week where I thought of doing something and it came up on the screen.
Yeah, that happens. That's been happening to me quite a bit.
You guys talk about telepathy, or you're talking about just
I'm talking about something I wanted to buy, and I wanted to look it up, and I forgot about it. And then I came and sat down on my computer, and boom, one of the first ads I saw was for that.
Oh, okay.
For me, it's
I
like
think everyone should start testing that.
Yep.
For me, it's like weird, obscure stuff that I want to look up that it just popped into my head randomly.
It's the computer it's syncing up to your consciousness.
And as soon as I type one letter, Google like suggests it.
It makes sense because you know how you get like that phantom telephone ring in your pant pocket, and your phone's on the fucking table, and it's not ringing.
I know exactly what you're talking about, James.
Yeah,
I used to have that with my beeper.
Oh,
Oh, dude, so crazy. There's Elon Musk did the Neuralink thing, and DARPA back. Like someone asked him, did you guys see that tweet?
Yeah, they're doing that. He's going through with that.
Somebody just randomly tweeted, "When's that ready?" And he said soon. And DARPA responded to everyone saying, "Can't wait."
Ooh, that's creepy.
Elon, let's look this up. Elon Musk Neuralink.
Was this like the official DARPA Twitter?
Yeah, DARPA. I think the tweet was from DARPA, and then somebody in the thread said, tagged him and said, "Elon, when's Neuralink happening for everyone?" He said very soon, and then DARPA responded back with that directly.
As if there's not going to be back doors in that shit. Like you're getting everyone scared about an AI technology, and then you're getting them to use neural weave to protect against it. Yeah, that seems counterintuitive to me.
It's very magic trick. It's very sleight of hand.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of DARPA, I came across this thing today where they came up with they're called EATRs, and EATR, and it stands for Electrically Autonomous Tactical Robot. And it can, so the way I saw it is because it showed these like machine vehicle looking things like scooping up bodies. But so then I looked it up. I was like, what the hell is this thing? And apparently there's something that so that they can put them out in the field with people and they don't need to fuel them because they can scavenge their own fuel from biomass and stuff.
So it's just a corpse eater just walking around just devouring corpses for fuel. I like that.
Yeah, so basically it can help you kill people and then eat the bodies. For the evidence. For fuel. Yeah, sure. For the evidence. And be fueled up to
murder machines.
Help you kill more shit.
So that's not a dumb idea, actually.
I'm pretty sure they did that in Metalocalypse.
It's a very smart and very scary idea.
Yeah.
Very intelligent, right? Very computer intelligent.
It's like crematories who put like turbines in their exhaust fans to make electricity. You're burning all those bodies. So you may as well generate power with it.
Electricity is people.
But it's like that.
Yeah, electricity is people. It's smart.
So electric universe.
Violent electricity is people. So it looks like there's, is it 8,400 calories in a gallon of diesel fuel? How many calories?
Talking about Twinkies or diesel
in a body?
How many calories in a gallon of diesel fuel? So
calories in my body right now.
You can work backwards, right, from calories. So how many calories?
How do they calculate calories in diesel fuel?
Oh yeah.
Robot calories?
Side by side. They put them side by
A
side.
calorie is the amount of
energy.
calorie is the amount of energy it takes to raise a cc of water by 1
degree Celsius.
1 degree Celsius.
Yeah. You never did the experiment in school where you burned a peanut or something?
It's not related.
No, but
I don't
Family
remember
Guy
school.
Bender talked about it, people.
Yeah, and then there's 41. And then there's 4,100 calories.
That's a close one.
There's 4,100 calories in a gallon of fat, in regular fat, right? So it would take 2 gallons of fat to equal a gallon of diesel fuel, and so you would expect to get about the same amount of work from the fat that you would extract. I'm going to get grim for a second. Pardon the pun, grim. From
I thought you were talking about you're going to get grim.
no, I'm not going to get grim. Grim can keep
talking
grim.
about.
But yeah, so scooping bodies up, you would have to scoop up 2 pounds of human body fat to get about the same amount of energy as 1 gallon of diesel fuel.
So this would work a
You
lot
have to
better
take
in
them,
America
yeah.
than it would in, say, Afghanistan.
I wish I didn't know this. I wish I hadn't looked that up.
We've cured obesity.
Well, but muscle has calories and stuff too.
It's
Not as much, obviously, per volume.
yeah, and it's also not directly convertible. You'd have to convert it to sugars in order to make that go.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know the whole technology behind it there.
Man.
I would think it'd work better with plant mass. Well, except for the fats, obviously, because
Dude, if you'd ever seen how much kudzu is in Kentucky, oh my god!
I live in Georgia.
Too, yeah.
In Georgia, yeah.
I remember when it started to take over. It was terrible.
We could completely displace all of OPEC if we were able to easily convert all of the starches and sugars in kudzu into sugars for fuel.
What's kudzu?
Crazy.
This is new to me.
A vine. It's an Asian vine, but it turned out to be very invasive in the American South.
It grows like 4 feet a day or some shit.
They brought it to for some reason. They imported it for some reason.
Yeah, well, because it's a decorative. It's in it controlled. It's a lovely vine, but you can see what happens.
Yeah,
that sounds like my new catchphrase.
Dynamite lady.
Sounds like my new catchphrase. Walla walla kudzu.
Like all over our yard, we had to plant ivy to keep the kudzu under control.
Which is also invasive. So
Felix just pulled that straight out of his ass.
Walla walla kudzu.
But it's variegated ivy, so it's pretty.
Yeah, I love both of them, but they do have a good time.
Do you guys like dandelions?
Yes, I've been eating the spring dandelions are my favorite. I've been having them every day.
Except in the lawn.
Danny Warbucks, he just posted a link to this article that says Washington's poised to become the first state to allow eco-friendly humans like a burial, so you could pretty much make your body into soil.
Yeah, they've got good stuff here and bad
stuff. It's going to
stuff.
turn into the soil no matter how you slice it. But.
So they're making everyone get vaccinated, but you can also have a cool death.
Niish,
Would that put mercury in the
I'm
soil?
in Washington, that guy. I'm not that far from you.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I'm in the gorge area though, so I'm down.
Oh yeah, all right.
Oh, I know the gorge.
Yeah.
Are you east or west of the Hanford Monument?
Is that the Maryhill Monument?
No, the Hanford.
Oh no, the Hanford, the nuclear stuff. I am on the Columbia, so
Oh, okay. All right.
So I'm south of that. Right?
Okay.
Columbia River Gorge. Like
Cool.
the amphitheater there. That's like
Yeah.
the most beautiful
Yes.
amphitheater in the world.
In my last video, I just used Mary Hill Stonehenge as the feature in that video. It's a really awesome
Great
site.
footage.
Like, yeah, it's beautiful, this Stonehenge that we have out here in the gorge.
I went to a couple of festivals just because it was at the gorge. That I didn't really care about any of the music they were playing or anything, but just because it was at the gorge, because like that place is awesome.
It is. It's really beautiful. I'm a huge lover of the Pacific Northwest. It's gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Which Red Rocks is amazing in Colorado, but the gorge, like
the gorge, really.
The gorge is the only place I've ever seen that beats it. In America,
every time I leave here, I come back because I miss it. Nothing's been able to get me back except for this area.
Never been out there.
Yeah, if my family didn't live in Georgia, I wouldn't.
All right, Jacob, are you from here?
I'm from Texas originally.
Okay.
Oh man. Okay, what part?
Texas.
I was born in the Dallas.
Interesting.
Oh, Dallas. I'm sorry.
I know.
But I mostly grew up in Houston, which is another.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Houston.
Channel View. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was like Katy.
Oh, dude.
See,
I've got friends that live in Katy.
I've been to San Antonio before.
And
San Antonio and Austin are a fun spot. That whole area right there.
Yeah, my brother graduated boot camp in the Air Force there. Well, it's in
Dias Air Force Base, maybe.
Yeah, Lackland is there.
Yeah,
it's the boot where everyone enrolls.
Yeah.
So
San Antonio and Austin are the cool parts of Texas.
yeah, I saw the Riverwalk thing. I hung out down there and drank beers at some club down there. But I
It's
think
all restaurants now, though.
Yeah, it's all below the whole restaurant thing. Yeah, it's a cool little you never. I don't know. All of a sudden, there's like this cool thing, like moat around town.
There's a tourist trap in the
Yeah, it's what it is. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I like the hill country in Texas. It's very pretty.
Yeah. Schlitterbahns.
There you go. New Braunfels, baby.
Yeah.
And rebel flags.
we fly Texas flags. In Texas.
Yeah, Texas.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. See,
Texas flags. Yeah.
See. You tell me, Watcher. I think Daniel Boone and David Bowie were traitors to the Republic because they got us dragged into that. I'm sorry, not Watcher. Jake. They got us dragged into the into the Civil War.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers.
We should have just stayed our own country, probably.
I know, right?
They could have pulled it off. I think, yeah, they might have been able to pull it off. It's such a big place.
They're the only state that it's actually in their annexation papers that they can leave anytime they want to.
They have the right to leave. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
They can take the property, the part that they gave to other states and stuff.
Yeah.
They can take that back anytime.
Oklahoma, parts of New Mexico. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I think most of Oklahoma is still Oklahoma, but it goes like half of New Mexico up into Colorado, all the way to the Panhandle of Idaho.
They could do a season of Man in the High Castle where Texas stayed its own.
Oh shit!
Its own state.
What was that like? Colorado was like the free land or whatever. Yeah, I don't know.
Neutral zone.
There you go. Yeah, I dig that show. That's a crazy fucking mind bender.
Colorado is a pretty neutral zone.
You guys everyone here watch Game of Thrones, the new season yet?
No. Yes.
I wait
the
until
newest
the
episode.
season's done. I wait until the season.
Okay, yeah. I just all right. Then I won't. I've only seen the first. I'm gonna watch the second one.
Are you watching it in your VR goggles?
Oh, that'd be
That would
awesome.
be a cool idea, dude.
I just
Yeah.
came up with that.
Do you have VR goggles?
We have the PlayStation VR. So what you do is you can turn on your PlayStation. You can just look at the screen. So you can pull up like Netflix or HBO or whatever, and it's like watching it. Like if you were in like the 6th, 7th row of a theater, it's fucking crazy.
That's cool.
Yeah, I wish the graphic wise, it's not like 7. It's probably like 480. It's not like super high end.
Yeah, they're not there yet.
Yeah, they're not there yet. But dude, they just launched or there's some press on.
Do you think they'll be there tomorrow?
PS5? Yeah, PlayStation 5, and
I heard something about that.
Oh, dude, it's amped. That thing is a high-end machine, dude. Yeah.
Can it think 1 millisecond into the past?
Oh man, time travel in your PlayStation. I mean, shit. I don't know. That'd be pretty fucking cool.
It'd be cool. Like, undo that, like last
yeah.
that didn't quite make it. Yeah.
Check your Google Calendar and your VR.
Try that again.
I'm sure you could. Like I said, anything that's on your TV.
Schedule your week with your VR goggles. Like pencil in Monday.
You could be super nerdy and turn your PlayStation on and have like somebody else watching TV, but you're watching something else inside the VR thing because it has its own system in it. Or
it's a lot of memory though. Like.
Yeah, the new system. I don't know. I'd have to pull it up now and read it, but it's.
That's why you need 5G.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, yeah, it's crazy. I get off the plane.
Well, 5G
in Cleveland, dude, and 5G just pops up on my phone. I'm like, man, I haven't seen that forever.
Transfer.
Oh, holy shit! I got another.
It's just a joke, Jacob.
My son was
actually like everybody's worried about 5G. It's really not like it doesn't penetrate as deeply as the 4G they have now and stuff.
Don't even get me started on this.
Uh-oh. Bluetooth is worse.
I warn you. I will.
Bluetooth is worse than 5G.
Oh.
There's so much great evidence right now on 5G, and people are so ignorant to it. And it's at least coming out from real independent scientists, and not just cherry picking data off of abstracts that are paid for by these companies.
Yeah, and I'm really not a radiologist or anything, so I'm not gonna.
You only play on TV.
What's a big red flag for me is that Brussels didn't even want it in their city, and that's where like the fucking EU gods live. So it's like if they don't want it radiating themselves, and there's all sorts of cities that don't want it now. Like they don't
have GMOs either, and they don't force vaccinations and all this crap that they do in America. So
it's crazy.
James, what were you saying about your son?
Oh shit, dude! Like he somehow got my wife's phone working. Like, because when you do like, you're Niish. You just said ignorant, and I was ignorant to what cell phone companies do to you when you go onto these fucking things. And I guess you have to call, like if you anybody out there listening, the 10, 20 people. And
I did not say ignorant, for the record.
What'd you just say?
Can we go back a millisecond?
Yeah, oh yeah, let's check it out. Yeah. I need my other board worth a rewind. And dude, yeah, like so all of a sudden my wife gets this text, like when we were getting closer to land, it starts picking up more signal, and it says your data and everything's been shut off because you went over $100 in like data charges. We're like, oh, what the fuck? Because like my phone didn't even work. It was probably dead half the time. I left it on the boat twice. It was kind of cool, not even messing with it, And but my kids, of course, every time they want to grab a phone, this and that, and watch out for that fee. It'll come, dude, and you're gonna have to fight it, and it's gonna be tough.
And you're probably roaming and shit too.
Yeah, well, that's what happened, dude. We call AT&T, and they're like, holy shit, dude, it was over $3,000.
Oh my God.
Christ.
He was watching YouTube streaming. Anything over 200 megabytes,
holy shit,
it goes $3 a fucking megabyte or whatever. Anything over that, yeah. It was
200 megs. This man, dude, a better data plan.
Well, yeah. So the lady was like, "All right, we got to do something." I'm like, "Fuck yeah, you got to do something." I'm like, "Oh my God!" So she was able to put the cruise like there's like a cruise like package on your phone, and like it's like $100 and some bucks, like, and so she was able to backdate it, and hopefully that like at least I'm sure I'm gonna have to pay something, dude. It'd probably be like $500 fucking dollars. Why not add that to the list?
Can I sell this kid?
Yeah, dude. I mean,
child for sale,
dude.
But you got free hotel nights, right?
Totally. And I paid for them with my play.
The house always wins.
They totally do. Dude, everybody, watch out for that shit. Oh my God. Like,
It's free. It's free real estate.
It's gonna.
Oh, your phone works. Oh,
Such a
cool.
great
But
meme.
it's costing you like $10 a second.
Yeah.
Until you
More
get
than that.
5G, and then you'll get,
Yeah.
you know, you get your kickbacks there.
Yeah.
It's like I never even bothered changing up since the last time I was in Bulgaria. I just still have my Bulgarian SIM card in my phone. And but I made sure that like, okay, no roaming, so it just doesn't work.
Yeah, that's what happened. You have to
Wi-Fi
completely
only.
shut your phone completely off, or you have to like turn the cell off. You have to turn your data off. You have to turn like all this shit off for it to like not pick anything up.
No, I nipped it in the bud from the thing that it
Yeah.
don't allow, because it's European, so like they do have it where you could have roaming because that's
Mhm.
pretty common there, you know.
Yeah. So that was a nightmare situation too. This whole trip could just be a disaster financially. I don't know. I have no clue. Right now, it's all just off the charts. Hey, man, it's only money.
It's only money. Yeah.
It's only all my money.
Oh.
Jesus Christ, dude. This is insane. I'm like slap happy at this moment in time.
I like how you started though with I got all these great deals.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah, I had to.
yeah.
Yeah, I had to paint the picture.
And then
Like,
the
it
story
was going great. Oh man, it was so set up, free hotels and shit. Nope.
It was so set up.
And then we're gonna kick you in the balls, and then this chick's gonna
hooker.
come by and step on him with high heels at the same time.
Just high heels to the balls.
Right.
Yeah.
You guys just eating ramen noodles for
Yes.
Dude, synchro. Yeah, off the plane. Cindy's like, "Oh, you guys, we're gonna be just-"
ramen.
Yeah, I was like ramen, dude. We're going ramen for like a month.
The worm was delicious till the hook went through.
Oh man, yeah. Actually, that's a funny part too.
Oh, Jacob,
I
that gave me
trapped
deja vu.
I trapped a bee inside of a shot glass, shot of one of those Jello cup things, and this chick was like, "Oh, that's a new one." Yeah, I'm like, "You'll really be buzzing."
Oh man!
Gay about it, yeah.
God, that's why all this bad stuff happened to you, James. Because of that
Yeah.
joke.
Because of that joke, you'll really be buzzing.
Bee abuse.
Yeah, bee abuse.
And bee abuse,
Yeah.
man.
Hey,
It's
she
true.
said trap it, and I said no problem. And then
Yeah, over here.
And then Felix's
Yeah, totally.
then Felix's stepmother came in and told you to kill it. That's a throwback. That's a throwback.
that is a
Bad abuse.
Bad abuse. Yeah.
bad abuse. Oh,
Bad abuse. Bee abuse.
Be abuse. Be abusive.
Walla Walla Kudzu.
Walla Kudzu.
Oh, well, look
That's
at
a great,
Dude,
great
that's the name of
catchphrase.
this fucking
Walla
podcast.
Kudzu. That's. Oh shit.
How do you spell that? Walla
It's
Walla
K-
Kudzu.
Walla Walla, but then I think Kudzu is what? KUWZ
KUDZU.
or something.
Unspellable.
KUDZU.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Jacob.
Kudzu. Yeah, KUDZU. Yeah.
Merriam-Webster added the word cryptid to their dictionary today.
Oh,
I
I'm
see
wearing
it
my
on Twitter.
I'm wearing my Crypticon shirt
Oh,
with
nice.
the purple Sasquatch and the crazy antelope thing and some flying saucers on it. I can't wait for Crypticon.
Well, yeah,
I've been
you guys should
amped
come to
up about that.
Crypticon or anybody
I'm wearing,
who's listening
I'm
or
wearing a
something.
portrait of me on my shirt.
We're gonna
Nice.
have a, yeah.
Walrus.
We're gonna have a booth at CryptidCon. It's gonna.
Yes.
It's all happening.
Where is that, Gren?
It's in Lexington, Kentucky.
Oh,
Ah,
interesting.
Kentucky.
When is that?
September 7th or something, I think. 7th to the 9th, maybe.
Yeah, it's that weekend. Yeah, so we'll be there
Kentucky
Friday.
is such a beautiful state.
All those
It
mountains are
is.
great, and the caves. I fucking love
Mm-hmm.
caves.
Dude, I was ripping
Yeah.
down that night. Oh my
Yeah,
god!
we'll see goblins.
The goblins.
Through that that's crazy. There's like, I don't know, coming down from the north. Like you get off the highway and then you just start taking these back roads and there's no lights or nothing and it's just snaking through this whole thing and
Yeah,
I'm doing
yes.
like 60 through there. I'm like, I'm gonna die in a minute. Yeah, like some deer or Sasquatch or something's gonna come running out.
You never know in Kentucky.
I'm gonna die in a minute. It's just it's your instinct.
But
when
I'm
you're
gonna
behind
keep
the wheel.
going because I gotta get there.
Just got
Yeah.
this. I don't know.
Eastbound and trucking.
Yeah.
Eastbound down and trucking.
man, I should have fucking asked. Like, I don't know. When you're in the moment, sometimes you just don't ask the right questions. But I should have asked if there's any like weird lore, like especially the cab guy, because he was all about just tossing crazy info out.
Florida?
Like the Eddie
Oh,
Murphy
sure.
guy, the house guy. Like he's like, like anything nice here, the Chinese own it. All the hotels they built, everything. China owns all this shit.
Wow.
It's like that in a lot of. It's like that. I mean, it's like that all over the states.
Yeah, they're buying everything up.
They really are. They have shares in like Hershey's water and stuff.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, like was it Nestle or something?
Oh, Nestle.
Yeah,
Thank you. Yeah.
Hershey water. That sounds like something I did.
Sounds delicious.
Sounds like something happened to me in the back.
Never trust a fart.
I never got
that's a fact
from any food. Actually, that was one kind of complaint, but one downside, like the ship food, like wasn't the best. Like,
yeah, I don't.
I've never been a cornflake girl. Like
very, very buffet. All
you're
buffet.
You're trapped on there. They're not gonna,
Well, some of these boats have like badass food, like Guy Fieri. Like this boat didn't have that.
Some of them have top shelf.
Emerald, Celebrity.
That's gangster.
There are restaurants on it, but those are like you're paying like $30 a person.
All right. What about the lifeboat situation? Did you count the lifeboats?
Dude, when we did the lifeboat drill thing, well, that was when it was downpouring. So they crammed everybody in the sections of the boat. So there was like 300 people in this, like in their club room that we were in.
That's the humanity.
Yeah, and they're just like, here's your life jacket, and here's how you put it on. You
don't
flop it over, and don't panic. Yeah, just follow your signs and look for your section. I don't know about all that, but I mean, I saw the lifeboats and stuff, and they have these bigger boats that I think they must like when you. Sometimes I think they go to places. This boat I was on, I guess, goes to Cuba all the time because like their gift shop, all that was in there is Cuba, like related items and
HO and Cuba.
Yeah, Cuba. And I asked them how they came out during that crazy hurricane, and they said it wasn't too bad, just down trees and stuff. They didn't really get hit.
You run across any human trafficking?
No. But at the pool yesterday,
I could see that going on a lot at
comes
Disney
running
World.
around and look, he's like, I can't. He's like all freaking out, and then I hear him say, he's like, my 3-year-old daughter. I turned around and she's gone. I'm like, oh shit.
Then he goes, psych.
No, dude, he's fucking tripping. Of course he would be. Oh my god, yeah. I'm like, oh my god, and then everyone's just like looking around crazy. Like trying to find her.
Did they find her?
Yeah, they did. It took about 10 minutes.
I can't think of the worst thing.
Yeah, she made her way back to the lobby, which is pretty fucking far, and you have to go up all these stairs and shit. I don't know how. I mean, somebody must have took her there because it was crazy, man. Because everyone. All of a sudden, there's some more people. They radio their staff, and then all of a sudden, like 4 or 5 more people show up, and they're looking around all the pool edges and stuff, and they're running down to the beach. Yeah, it was kind of crazy for a few minutes there, and everyone was looking. It was weird. Yeah, it was a weird situation for a minute. Yeah. But then, like we found her. Like, and they just fucking bolted. Yeah.
Was there arcade on the cruise ship?
There was, but we never went in there. We tried to keep the kids away from it. Yeah, and
from the arcade.
Yeah, there's an arcade in there. Yeah.
Why would you keep the kids? They have cell phones. Do your kids have cell phones?
Just my oldest son now. He does use it, but he uses it a lot because he has his own YouTube channel, and
so why do you keep the kids away from the arcade? That was such a fun thing.
It was like we just needed a break from it. Like,
want to get them tokens?
No, I don't know. Like the times, because we were off the boat for so long, we didn't really have time to go to the arcade. Like we got back, we would, then we would go to the pool, and then we'd eat, and then you make it back to the room. It was like 9 because you're up at like 7, 8 in the morning. The boat dock, by the time the boat docks, it's like 8 in the morning, and then you're off the boat at 9. So you're gone like most of the day, and then you're back and you're kind of spent a little, and then I don't know. Usually, I'm the fucking night owl of everyone, man. I'm up till 3 in the morning not on this trip. No way.
At 9.
What are they?
The latest I stayed up was like 11. No, you know what they did have? They had free movies, like the movies that are out now, like Spider-Verse and a bunch of
that's a good one. That's a good
so
one.
they let them play like all constantly on the TV, which was kind of cool. So you got to just chill out for a minute and watch some movie. But I don't know. We just never made it to the arcade. Like
I'm not a cruise type of person, so it all sounds like hell to me. But
I know. Like I always thought like it would stuck. Like
I had friends that are musicians that take on the tours and stuff.
Yeah.
That love it from that angle, but I don't know.
I watched this comedian, like, because you can turn on like the one channel and you can watch all the things that are going on, and this guy sucked. It was bad.
A comedian.
I like boats.
Yeah,
I really like boats.
Yes. Oh hell, Watcher and I were just talking about the unfunny comedians everywhere.
He was bad, but I watched like 5 minutes. I'm like, oh. But
you're not allowed to be funny anymore.
No, and
it was very bland.
Is everyone noticing this? It's terrible.
It was very bland. And let's see what else.
The reason is they're
afraid to say shit.
Sensitivity against offending people.
Right. Well, we understand that here on this panel.
And right before I turned it off, he did say, like, because he did another show. I see he does another one later. Like it was like a disclaimer, like, my other show's a little like, later tonight I'll have a better, or something. I don't know.
Later tonight I might say fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
it's still gonna be unfunny, folks.
It's so weird. It was just so dumb. I'm like, this is fucking lame.
You'll never get that time back unless
look at like the HBO specials now and everything. It's like, man, they're really scrubbing this joint up.
I was thinking of watching the new Kevin Hart one on Netflix. It just came out, but I don't know. I haven't really watched.
People take identity like way too seriously.
You think they're gonna ban comedy?
Oh my god!
They've done it
comedy's canceled.
They've done it passively.
It's cancel culture, right?
Comedy is canceled.
Yeah.
It's so they're promoting these guys that aren't actually funny, speaking in the modern vernacular, and that's how they're doing it. The hardcore comics that are either really nasty, which can be funny, or they're actually saying things that are relevant and making light of them aren't getting the work.
Oh yeah, we'll never have another George Carlin or Bill Hicks anytime.
Don Rickles.
No way. Yeah.
Joan Rivers, and we could go on and on with some
about the most amazing ones. Yeah.
I got a memory of I had neighbors up the street, and they were older. They're probably about like 7 years older than me, and I'd hang out with them because my older brother would hang out with them. And I remember one late night, they had cable going out to their shed in their backyard, and they somehow some way got access to some Andrew Dice Clay.
I was about to mention Andrew Dice Clay.
We were all watching Andrew Dice Clay.
Dickory dock.
I knew half of his jokes before I ever actually got a chance to see him, because other people had seen him and told me the jokes.
The first one I saw when I
appreciate him back in the day, but I sure as hell now do with the way
I had half of his routine memorized before I even saw it.
Yeah, the first one I saw on like the old AB switcher was Eddie Murphy's Raw, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god, dude. Yeah.
There's so many
ice cream, man. There's so many good fucking. Oh my god! And then actually another one I saw when I was a kid was
Red Fox.
Howie Mandel. Like,
oh god, I haven't thought about how
he was raunchy too, man.
Compared to these days.
Hand sanitizer, Howie.
Yes, him.
Yeah, him.
He had hair and everything. He had a fucking.
He was blowing up balloons, blowing up gloves on his head and popping them.
There were some weird ones in the 80s, like Emo Phillips and Judy Tenuta. And
I've heard of I heard of him, Emo Phillips.
Who are, by the way, married to each other.
Oh, weird.
Surprise.
Did you know that Judy Tenuta and Emo Phillips are married?
No, but it makes perfect sense. I did not know that, Jerry. And I couldn't think of a better couple, actually. And Judy was kind of hot back in the day. I don't know.
I think I care, and I'm surprised at exactly the same rate.
She was just so weird, though.
No, I don't. That's the whole point. I'm surprised, nor do I care.
Hey, why don't you care? It's love, baby.
Here's a YouTube segment. Like, what is some of the cool? What's the last cool thing you just recently seen on YouTube? Like, did you guys see any Bigfoot videos, UFO videos, or anything?
No.
I was watching this cool thing. It was about.
Jacob, what are you drinking?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I slurred it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Red dog. Red dog.
Wait,
Red dog. No way.
They're on the runway.
Oh, man.
Retro beer.
That was classic.
They've been married since
drinking Zima.
Dig this. Judy Tenuta and Emo Phillips have been married since 8/8/1988.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And great on a long-term marriage. That's also like so.
Yeah, I think I knew that a long time ago, and just
all those 8s. That's pretty awesome. They chose it, obviously.
They're time travelers.
Oh, 8/8/88.
8/8/88. And he's Emo Phillips' real name is Phil Soltanek, and he's 6'2".
Yeah, he's big. I saw him back in the day. He is recently, though. He's popped up and done a couple things. I just saw him.
Is it like popping up behind you, like scaring you?
No.
It says they're divorced.
All
right.
All good things come to an end.
Thanks, Jerry.
Okay, cue the Nelly Furtada song.
I'm like a bird. That one?
No, all things come to an end. That's an actual name of a song.
Oh.
But that girl, yes, that girl.
Her.
Yes.
Yeah, they did get divorced. In
Oh.
2016.
Well,
way to end it on a bad note.
No, it could be a good note. Sometimes divorce could be great.
Oh yeah. Staying together for the kids.
Like Willie Nelson, like Will Nelson's joke. Why do divorces cost so much? Because they're worth it.
I love Willie so much. I've always got a visual to Willie.
The Willie.
Willie, baby.
The Willies.
My granddad used to own a ranch that was like 2 ranches down, or Willie's was 2 ranches down the road from his. So I met Willie Nelson a couple times.
Nice.
Oh, man.
Is he short guy?
Sweet.
No. I mean, I was a little kid, so it's hard to really say.
Jerry's probably on the stats right now.
My dad's 6'3". He was shorter than my dad, but my granddad is 5'9", I think, and he was taller than him, I believe. So average height, I guess.
Although I think it's weird. I think when I looked, the average height of Americans was like 5'6" or something. So
Willie
short.
Nelson is average height then, because this says he's 5'6".
Yeah.
It says he's 5'6". See, like I said, I was a little kid, so
yeah, you have that's such a strange concept. Like when you think back, when you're
everybody was
people
tall.
yeah, they're just giants. Everybody's giants.
Q and Ike with the perception deception. He was real big because you were real small.
That's Schoolhouse Rock?
No, I don't know. That was me.
Oh.
But I like that it might be Schoolhouse Rock. That'd be awesome.
That's a pure Niish, or that's a Niish House Rock.
Yeah. We'll doing a Grace Jones though. Pull up to my bumper.
Man.
Oh, what's going on? Niishism in the chat.
That was me.
Niishism.
Here's the last thing I was watching on YouTube. It's about ancient stellar magic.
Oh, cool.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Whose channel? Who is talking?
Clifford Hartley, but I'd never even heard of before.
Oh, you're lagging out.
Whoa.
You're
I thought
lagging
it
out
was
bad.
just me.
No, Jake's
he's
going.
lagging.
Jake.
He's
Dude,
gone.
your connection's
him.
Book thing.
slurring.
We lost
Goodness
him.
sakes.
Oh, did I have a network hiccup? Probably because I had to open
back.
Jacob.
There you go. You're back.
All right, now I'm back. Yeah. I had to open Chrome to see my YouTube history, and it.
You were milliseconding backwards.
Yeah, it said
and now you're
supercomputer.
fucking with us. You made a thought is a thing, and you've made that thing put it into motion.
So what I was saying was that it came from that the I.EU website. Somebody shared in the Vosis Knock Day, first in the book club, and then somebody moved it to the occult books section.
Oh shit! And Jerry and I's server.
Yeah,
man, I'm so behind.
But and so that's a link to a bunch of different. It says occult books, but the first thing that caught my attention anyway on the ceremony under the ceremonial magic section was this astral stellar magic.
I'm gonna have to check that out. Sounds cool.
Yeah, but that was a video, but then the video didn't come through from there, so that's why I looked it up on YouTube and found it. But yeah, that was the last thing I watched on YouTube, and it was incredibly fascinating.
They've been resurfacing recently has been the stuff about the moon being plasma, and that old scientist from the 60s that was, I think it's the 60s.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name. He was so sure, and he was completely positive that it was going to be picked up by everyone because he'd proved it, and that the scientific school was all going to get behind on it.
Yeah.
And
it was 1965 when they have he got interviewed by CBS, I think.
You know what I'm talking about, Jacob?
Yeah.
It's resurfaced, and it's like all over right now, the plasma moon thing.
We just talked about this. Did we talk about this last week?
On
I don't
here?
think so.
On here?
It might have been on
I don't
Hive.
know.
Oh, Hive.
Maybe the Hive. Niish was on the Hive though.
Yeah, I don't remember, but it's possible. It's at Q Janis Joplin. It's all the same fucking day, man.
Yeah. But yeah, we just talked about that recently, so I watched it. Yeah, so I looked it up.
Jerry's got some laser light show. There.
Laser light show. Yeah. Is it probably another free gift he got from Amazon?
I know, he's programming us.
He's breaking up the Molly and he's gonna bust up the.
But I am interested in this
He's got a fog
resurfacing
machine under his desk.
of that programmable matter fog. Jerry's in it. He's
Programmable matter fog. Yeah.
He's programming it though, so it's all good.
Well, he just programmed us.
You talk about nanobots?
He just activated us.
He activated.
And those were lasers out of his ass, you people. You understand, right?
Ass lasers.
He literally shoots rainbows out of his ass.
But green.
Green rainbow.
Green
Or green-
neonish.
Got programmed by Jerry Ass Laser.
Dude, that's an awesome 8-bit fucking board you got going.
I'm so having that, Felix. I love it.
Oh, it's killer.
I thought I could do an outro little synthesizer thing at the end.
Oh, let's do it.
Sweet.
You guys
I'm
can
all
talk
about
over
the
it.
sweet
All
synthesizer.
right, cool. Let's see. Tell
You should just do crazy
Niish,
side
you should
effects
like
while we
recite a
talk.
poem or something.
That's how I started doing spoken word, was with the synthesizer.
Ooh.
It's like, yes, baby.
Man. Who you guys got on Nox Mente tomorrow night?
Oh man, where's Jerry when you need him? Jerry books everyone.
You're somebody good too.
Yeah, it's always good. Jacob, what are you talking
I
about?
was just gonna say that.
Donald Trump.
Jerry
No.
booked Trump for November.
Nice. Oh, right in prime time.
Doing his tour.
Well, that's just after prime time, isn't it? Depends on when in November, but
It's Dan Trump, but
Just so he can say you're fired, and make it cheeky.
I like it.
Trump's probably
You
gonna
guys
win.
have John Chadwick on.
Trump's
Yeah.
probably gonna
Look
win
it up.
again, though.
We got
Because
this.
we had Melissa Martell on
Probably.
last year at some point,
Ah,
right? They're on the same podcast.
Melissa Martell and John Chadwick? I'm not sure.
Yeah, they have this. They share a show.
Ah,
I'm like
check
really
it out.
positive about this.
And the Democrats can pretty much killed themselves trying to take down Trump.
Though I don't. So it's all on the table for me, Jacob. But it's all painful to watch at this point.
very painful.
But I still don't know. And this is where I stand. I still don't know who's controlling what. It just all feels so. It really does feel like a circus show in the end.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see who the Democrats put up against them, though.
Well, I could just shred through some of the options. Oh Lord. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
From what
Looks
I
like-
can tell, from
I
the
was
left-
thinking it
from the
was going to
lefty
be
people that I-
Beto, but like he's getting thrown to the wolves. it looks like.
He freaks me out. Let's hope not.
Yeah, well, they all freak me out. I think it's gonna maybe this Wayne guy, or is that his name, Wayne?
Are you talking about that Pete, Mayor Pete, the Buttigieg? I don't know the.
I
one
don't
guy.
think white guys have a shot right now unless it's Trump.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest with the way I'm reading the social narrative. It's
Well,
gonna
it's gonna be Kamala Harris against Trump. I think that's who they're gonna
I
put
think they
against.
might even
Kamala Harris
pull
doesn't
out.
stand a chance.
Kamala-
Kamala Harris didn't even win Georgia, and
She's not looking strong right now. But what if they brought, in the words the chatter's been there, Michelle Obama would actually have a gigantic shot. I think she fits all the cues that they want, the narrative of
That'd be
everything they
crazy.
want.
That'd be crazy. We still wouldn't have our first women president, though.
I was gonna say something like
I had to go there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we'll have our first trans woman. Or
I had to say it.
Yeah.
Graham, I know
progressive.
you're getting a hard on over that, though. I
You know I
you
am.
are, baby. I know. That's the thing.
Don't kink shame me, Niish.
Michael, good old Michael.
Oh man. So I think that's gonna do it for the night, guys.
Hell no.
This has been a great time. Lovely night.
It's good to be back.
It's good to be back.
Good to have James back.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Yeah,
Good to have Watcher back too. Had Watchers back.
It felt
It's
weird.
11-11.
And it's 11-11.
Oh,
9/11 for me.
Oh,
no.
10-11 for me.
I got 10-11.
I got 10-11.
Oh,
Yeah, we span all time zones. It's Christmas
That's
sake.
right.
cool, man. That's why this group's awesome.
We're time traveling. I mean,
Yes.
By the millisecond.
Really. Mm-hmm.
Talking to us in the past. I'm talking to you in the future.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, the future doesn't look that great.
Keep it positive, people. Keep it
Keep it
positive.
positive. Good vibes.
Good
Hey,
for
nothing
listening.
bad happens in the next 3 hours. Like,
Right.
That will be
Yeah.
good.
We'll all be caught up in
Is
3
there
hours.
prophecy? There's some prophecy.
I don't know. I don't know.
But yeah, that'll do
that-
it. We'll wrap it up. Good night. Thanks for listening.
No
Peace out.
thanks. I'm
Goodbye.
good.
See you guys later.
Later.
This just is not so likely. Podcast attack mega metropolis profession. Buses scraping skyscrapers in the first we're in a frenzy. Peppermint flying saucers have just landed. Welcome to Earth, friends. Make yourselves at home. Dinners on the table, tables on the ceiling. What? I said dinners on the table, tables on the ceiling. What? Dinners on the table, tables on the ceiling. Second verse, we interrupt this broadcast, bring you right back from the F station. Little boy and fat man went high, and and butter. Meanwhile, your brother, he's in the gutter. 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 Part 3. Well, I know that a song can save the world, but oh, if it could, I'd smash my guitar for the finale and then exit stage left and call it quits for a new world, a new world, a new world.